welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. So today let's talk about your life being a reflection of the decisions that you've made. So right now you may be thinking, well, this happened to me in childhood, or that happened to me. I went through a divorce and this happened to me. I had more responsibilities, so it's easy for us to look outward and say, well, this isn't all my fault. Like, there's reasons. It makes sense why my life is the way it is right now, because I don't have the resources. I don't have X, Y, and Z. I don't have friends. I don't have family. I don't have support that maybe you have or someone else has. So, it's not fair to say that my life is a result of the decisions that I've made, because maybe I feel like I did not make these decisions. It just happened to me. Well, I understand that, and I used to be that person as well, blaming everything else, finding the easy way out. But then I noticed in those times when I was focused on things around me, things outside of me, things that happened to me, putting the blame onto other people, other things, other situations, I never grew, because I wasn't taking accountability for what my life was, what was going on in my life. And I wasn't seeing how I could fix it, because I didn't think that I had any control over it, because, hey, life is just happening to me and not for me. And I think if we change our minds around and kind of play with it, a little bit, and rearrange it, and we look at it as life not happening to us, but for us, then we'll have a different perspective. I know that sounds real crazy, especially if you've been through some wild things and you're like, well, how is this happening for me? This isn't fair. But a lot of times in our mess, once we get through the storm, we always come out to something better. We always come to the sunshine. The storm doesn't last always. And so a lot of times when things happen, it may take years, but we may look back and say, I know now why that happened. I'm going to give you a quick backstory on myself about that. For example, when I had my daughter at 17, I tell people 18 because we're 2 weeks apart. So, 12 days apart, birthday wise. So, I tell people I was 18. So 18. But technically I was 17. Okay, so I had my daughter at 17. And I was not the promiscuous type. I was not, the type of girl who was just having sex just because I just wanted to, was just so amazing. I honestly was in the I didn't know myself phase at all. So I had a boyfriend. He said he loved me, and I was okay with us being boyfriend and girlfriend, but he wanted more. Thus, I didn't know myself. I didn't know my value. I didn't know my worth, and I did not know the importance of me being able to say no, because it's my body. I was too afraid to lose the man versus, being able to say, hey, no, I don't want to do that. So, I just conformed to what he wanted, and voila, we have a child. So moving forward, I used to just be so hurt and angry, like, God, why me? Because I had ambition. I had all kinds of goals. I wanted to model, and I also wanted to be a lawyer. And it's just like, once I became a mom, things kind of fell for me. And that's what I felt, at that time. I was young, fresh baby out of high school. And so I was trying to figure out how to, raise my child and be in her life, be present, as well as figure out how I can still enjoy my young life. And, another hard thing for me was that the option to go to college, like live on the college ground, was taken from me because I was a mom. So it was a lot of things that I was harboring on in that moment, in that season, because I didn't understand. I didn't like it. I didn't feel like it was fair, because, my child's father could have did what he wanted to, but here I was with the child and, trying to figure life out. And I felt like my life was just ripped from underneath me. And so as I went through college, I went to a community college originally, where I got my first degree. And, I didn't notice the blessing in what had happened until that point, because I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. Everything that I had to work for it. So God, he knew that I could handle what he had given me. He knew that I would be a good mom. And he knew that I was selfless. So he knew I was going to find a way. And so he gave that to me. Yes, it was difficult, but in the meantime, he blessed me so much. Like, I went to school the first time completely free, even though I failed some classes, completely free. You know, I had all kinds of help. And then, you know, I don't know, it's just something about having more responsibilities. It stopped me from living a wild life, because who knows what I would have done if I didn't have kids, or if I hadn't had gone through what I went through, the experience that I had. I could have ran off to college and got wild, or, you know, just became something that I wasn't, because I didn't know myself. And like I tell you all, you know, honestly, I literally just learned myself and learned my value, learned my self-worth and things like that over the last year and some change. So I never really took time to really think about how important it was to know who I was. It was scary for me, so I attached myself to people. You know, my friends helped me to have an identity. My boyfriend or my partner helped me to have an identity. It made me feel comfortable because I didn't have to deal with myself. And so for a long time, that's what I did. So now that I'm looking at it, yeah, the decisions that I made, I played a big part in my decision. I had a child, you know, but it still played a role. And when I pushed myself going to school and, you know, doing the things that was hard, getting out of the comfort zone, really trying to have a vision, really trying to follow that vision for myself, you know, here I am. You know, I got up and I moved states. No one came to me and was like, hey girl, we're going to do a whole girls move trip and do this. None of my friends came. I didn't have people, you know, pushing me to go back to school the second time when I got my second degree. I did it. It was my decision. You know, it's everything that you do, you have a part in it, even if it's bad, like even the bad stuff that happens to you. We have a choice to change it around. And if you're choosing to sit and wallow in it and complain in it and talk about how you'll never be anything greater than what you are because of this and this happening to you, if you're sitting in it and just saying, you know, this is just life and you're just accepting it for what it is, you play a part in it. You see what I'm saying? So everything that we have in our life is just a reflection of the hard work that we put in and what we believe about ourselves and what we believe that we deserve and what we believe that we can have. Because when you step out of comfort, when you step out of self and you say, you know what, I'm going to try it even if I fall. And failure is a good sign that you're on the right track, because that gives you opportunity to grow. It gives you opportunity to learn where you can become stronger, where you need more training. It just gives you options, and you know, it helps to redirect you. Okay, maybe not try it this way, but try it that way. But you still, you know, trying to get down that line any way you can. It's not going to be a straight walk. You know, that's when you get failures and you may even feel discouraged. But if you keep pushing and keep trying, and if it is genuinely something that's for you, you're going to do it and you're going to succeed. You're going to succeed greatly. You're going to do things that you maybe never thought that you could do. But if you sit back and you just say, you know what, this is my life and I'm just going to accept it, and that's too hard, so I'm not going to try that, and that's boring, I don't want to study, and I don't want to, you know, I don't want to open my heart, and, you know, I don't want to fall in love, and I just don't want to have friends. I just don't want, everything is negative. I just don't want. But then you complain in times when you feel lonely or when you feel like I'm bored and I want something more in life. You complain when you have all the opportunity around you to get to better in life, to do something with your life. But you're choosing to say, you know what, this is my life and I'm just going to accept it for what it is, and that it is what it is. You know, I'm just not going to try anymore. You know, and I think a lot of us, we do that, and then we complain and say, well, you didn't have to go through this. Like, especially if you're talking to somebody who has reached the goals that maybe we wanted to reach for ourselves. We want to throw in our face about, well, you didn't have to go through this. You didn't have kids. You didn't have that. You didn't have. And so that's why it's easy for you. No, it's easy for them because they had self-discipline. There's people who got way more kids than I do, who's a lot further in life, and they could be younger than I am. They're a lot further in life than I am because I've lived in that comfort zone for so long, and I lived in the making excuses, and I lived in the, I can't have, so I'm not going to try phase for so long. But these people, I see 26, 27-year-old entrepreneurs out here doing it with kids, multiple kids, living life. And their kids are well taken care of, and they're well taken care of, and they're single moms too. I watch these people, and it's like, of course, everything's not perfect. They went through some hard times. They had a few nights where they couldn't sleep because they were up all night crying. They went through pain, yes. But at the end of the day, what they didn't do was get comfortable with how their life was. They wasn't just accepting their life for where it was. They wasn't allowing life to just happen to them. They took all the lessons in life up until the point that they're at as ways to say, okay, I like this, but this I don't like, so I'm going to work on trying to change this. And that's what we need to do, all of us. And I'm still trying to work on that. I'm still trying to find the blueprint. But the best thing is to just try. Get up and try something. Try something new. Try something crazy. You'll be amazed. It could turn out to be something that is meant for you to do. Study something. Do something. Always keep your mind open to learning. The more you learn, the better off you'll be. The more creative your mind becomes, the bigger your vision, the bigger and clearer your vision becomes, because you have knowledge. This is my opinions about how your life is a reflection of the decisions you've made, and because of you right now. Not trying to hurt anybody. Let's remember that I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying, just taking some accountability helps a lot. But you let me know what you think. Put your comments in the comment box below. Let's be polite, courteous, and be motivational. Somebody really needs to hear this message, and you don't want to be the person that they read your message and just feel, defeated, or they feel, there's people up there who's going to judge them. I mean, we know that people are going to judge, but let's not do it here on this channel. I created this channel for people to feel like they have a safe space to come to and listen to some motivation, something encouraging. So go ahead and drop your comments below, and we will keep the conversation going and talk next time. Bye.